Don't worry, tech news has been inside you the whole time. Mostly because it's categorized as a non-essential surgery. Here, we'll distract you from the pain with some more tech news.
Perfect.
So, E3 2023 is dead. That's pretty wild, though perhaps it isn't necessarily the most surprising news when you look back. Last month, Ubisoft made the weird promise to attend E3 if E3 happens. The company then dropped out this Monday and announced they would be hosting a separate live event, much like Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft. So either Ubisoft lied or they got the tiniest heads up about the doomed convention. In an interview with Games Industry, the ESA, who organizes and presents E3, has stated that marketing needs and game development being altered since COVID were two of the main factors. Or maybe it was Geoff Keighley.
Thanks, Geoff.
Friggin' Geoff.
Killed E3.
More like Geoff Killed. Back in 2020, the brief fun part of it, Keighley said he would not be participating in E3 2020 due to the direction the event was being taken. 2 months after E3 2020 was canceled due to the non-fun part, Geoff Keighley announced Summer Game Fest, a fully virtual evolution of E3's formula, and when you know it, it's still going strong. I guess people must like enjoying game events and special playable content from the comfort of home without having to stand in any long lines or experience new and unique smells.
Smell-o-vision in games didn't last.
Smell you later, don't even want to smell you now.
Smell you never.
AI is the gift that keeps on giving, at least for news headlines. Otherwise, reception is mixed. For example, Italy decided to fully ban ChatGPT. The country's data protection authority said it had to do with privacy concerns, especially after the user conversation breach on the 20th of this month. Though if you ask me, AI made the first strike when it generated this video of Will Smith eating spaghetti.
What are you doing?
Diavolo!
That's our country.
Smagliasso!
Okay.
Speaking of AI visuals, Midjourney has decided to end free trials of its AI image generator due to extraordinary demand and, quote, abuse. It might have something to do with all the totally real images of former President Donald J. Trump being taken down by enthusiastic police that exploded on Twitter after old 45 Truth socialed that he would be arrested. There was also that one time with Pope Francis. Although, can you tell which one of these 3 images are real? Because I can't see them. I'm looking into a camera. And the Restrict Act might need some restrictions of its own, according to everyone other than the US government. The bill is receiving bipartisan support in the Senate and bipartisan outrage in the news and social media. The legislation was ostensibly a response to TikTok, but rather applies to any information and communication technology, or ICT, run by a foreign adversary, which are the countries you expect, plus anyone that certain US officials agree on in the future, that poses a undue or unacceptable risk to national security or the safety of United States persons?
Interestingly, Belgium was in there. Don't know why.
Because they speak 2 languages. In summary, it's broadly worded. So much so that digital rights experts believe the act could criminalize VPNs and people could hypothetically go to jail for 20 years for using one. The communications director for the bill's sponsor has stated the act isn't aimed at individual users, but the thing about a spokesperson is that they aren't the bill.
They keep trying.
Does the bill say that? You know, that's the real question.
One day.
God willing. Bless. Will the Pope sign that? I mean, the bill mentions post-quantum cryptography and synthetic biology. Could you not have added a clause that said, hey, people who use a VPN so they can watch vertical videos made by Zoomers won't go to jail?
You don't need a VPN for that.
Now it's time for Quick Bits, brought to you by Gizmogo. Did you drop and break your phone? Don't throw it away. Gizmogo will pay you for them. Follow their super simple process and you can get paid. Woo! And what do they do with all these devices they receive? Obviously, they're building some giant used tech robot to take over the world, right? No. Gizmogo actually has many green initiatives, which include repairing and refurbishing broken devices, then reselling them and reducing e-waste. Go green and get green. Check out Gizmogo using the link below. Quick bits like these don't come around that often. Only 3 times a week every week. Microsoft, who used to be a software company, has announced plans to integrate ads into Bing Chat, the thing that finally got people to use Bing. It's no secret that Microsoft has been trying to put ads into everything they can recently, so we can't be surprised that they're seeing $signs after Bing Chat reached 100 million daily active users. Though it would be funny if this was what killed Bing after people finally started using it.
100 million users, those people need ads.
Yeah. Google's Assistant division is being reorganized to focus on Bard. This makes sense since Google Assistant is good but has never made money, while Bard is bad and also hasn't made money.
Pros and cons.
But maybe it could! I imagine that's why the VP of Engineering for Google Assistant was replaced with a VP from Google's Commerce organization. Bold strategy? I'm sure he'll carve the cutest little tombstone when Assistant is killed. Amazon is suing 3 groups of Amazon sellers that it says abused the tech giant's copyright takedown system to file illegitimate complaints about their competitors, as long as they weren't getting rid of illegitimate children. The bad actors even went so far as to create fake websites as evidence that their competitors were copycats, and ended up successfully taking down a number of competing product listings. So it's good to see that Amazon has decided to care about at least one of the many sketchy seller practices in its store. You don't want to get rid of all of them. The store's gotta have some character. A Hobby Lobby without a middle-aged woman having a glitter fight in the back is just boring.
That's my favorite Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
She's always there.
I love Glenda. General Motors is the latest automaker to nix support for CarPlay and Android Auto in favor of a custom infotainment system complete with innovative new features, like the ability to pay a monthly subscription for features that used to be free. But don't worry, GM actually worked with Google to build their custom system, so it'll have Google Maps and Assistant at no extra cost for 8 years. Until then, they'll just be using the new system's tighter integration with other vehicle systems to collect more data on driving habits. So yeah, owners will have to pay more, but they'll also have more data collected, so it mostly balances out, right? You know, like,
Pros and cons.
yeah, like they make more money from the data, and they make more money from you paying for it, so...
Everyone wins.
And Nokia is building cell towers where they're most needed, the moon. As part of NASA's Artemis program, the Finnish telecom company will be establishing a 4G network on everyone's favorite natural satellite. The lunar network will allow NASA to test if current cell technology is usable in outer space, and definitely won't be used by lonely astronauts to slide into Martian DMs.
Who's up there?
Hey, you up? You alive? But you can slide into a new video on Monday when we'll have another piping hot batch of tech news. Fresh out of the oven. Careful. They're hot.